Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm playing some of the Wandering Galaxy, the latest Crossroads game from Plaid Hat. A disclaimer that I got a review copy of this one. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our podcast for reviews and design discussions, or join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. So Wandering Galaxy is the latest in the Crossroads series. Previously they had Forgotten Waters and Freelancers, which we've also covered on the channel. And if you've seen those games before, it has the similar mechanic where you have these different little characters and you're on these book pages and taking different actions and then resolving them in some way, all while going through an app-assisted, well, not really app, it's a web access, just a website you go to, but going through an online story to see kind of what happens. And this one feels so far like a mix of some of the upgrades of Freelancers, but with the more kind of moving around feel of the previous pirate one. Except that they've drastically changed the way that skill tests are resolved. You used to roll dice, but now you have a deck, and you're doing some deck building, and you're drawing generally 3 cards for a test, and you're checking for certain icons, and then it's going to be modified by items and tokens you can spend and sidekicks and such. And there are 6 stations that you divide up among your characters, however many of you are playing, up to 6 people. But I'm going to show the true solo mode, where I have these 2 apprentices, Bugs and Tress, and they each get assigned their own stations as well. I've given each of us 2 stations. And they're going to use my deck for their skill resolution, but they'll have their own items and things as we go. They'll get to take their own actions on the board. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, but let's meet my character first. You've got several different species to choose from. I've chosen to be a human. I'm Lance Piloter, my son that I actually started playing with, so I erased some stuff to reset. He wanted me to add an extra R at the end. And yeah, so you see some stuff on here. You've got this reputation track. You're going to fill that in as you earn reputation and get little rank bonuses. As you take injuries, you might fill in these scar things. Crew services will be called for sometimes when you're in a location. My character's a little bit better at talking than average. I'm going to get a bonus +1 to any communication checks I do. I can become a bounty hunter down here. I can eventually get a catchphrase that'll help me aim better. But over here is how you set up. So you take a little like teen magazine style test. I ended up with mostly A's. So I am, let's read, a resilient rogue. Like most humans, I grew up on the skids, a descendant of nomads and refugees. The galaxy can be a brutal place, but the hard knocks have made me resourceful. I'm pretty good at getting into trouble and even better at getting out. I know how to handle a slag pistol. I'm not afraid to hustle to get by. This is my chance to show I'm more than a pretty face. I'm a spacer, ready for whatever comes my way. And it says I get a random item of card 20. There's this whole little card catalog, and there's a bunch of cards for each number, and you just kind of randomly pick one. And in my case, I got a K7 Vaporizer. So it's going to give me a free blue in any test that calls for the blue stat. If a test has the fight keyword, it'll give me +1. And if a test has the swagger keyword, it'll give me +2 automatically. You'll see how that works once we get into our first test. You can either, whenever you gain an item, put in your discard pile, so it could be shuffled into your deck later, or you can lock it in to one of your 3 item or sidekick slots here, and then it will give you its bonuses on every test you take, but eventually you're going to have all 3 slots filled, and then you'll have to potentially give up some things. Although I could also equip this to either of my apprentices. They can have up to 2 items at a time, one on either side of them, but again, otherwise they just use the same deck as me. And then, like I said, you have to go to this website. I'm going to record the first couple things from the app in my computer after I finish the playthrough to give you the full experience of the app narration and stuff. The narration isn't completely finished and recorded yet, so some things won't have any audio option. But for now, I'll just kind of show you what things look like. So start campaign. And again, I'm going to show you stuff on my computer later, so I'm just going to kind of take it off and read it right now on my own. As we get deeper into the playthrough, though, nothing is less interesting than just having like the screen and words going. So I'm going to kind of summarize what happened to try to show you a full session and how that would kind of work out. All right, so we're doing it all started on Riva. Here we go. And they have an optional tutorial. I'm going to say no to that. And then the app could let me set up the game, but no, I'm good on all of that. And I get to choose a first player token. I'm going to go with the Magic 8-Ball. Picking which first player token you use just changes this little musical flair that plays whenever you have something cool go. All right, so here we go. We're going to get a little introduction to where we are and what's going on with us.
The Wandering Galaxy. So named for restlessly wandering the universe, swallowing up less interesting galaxies, is very likely the most chaotic and diverse galaxy in the universe. Its proper name? Who is left to remember? You all live on Riva Station, an ancient starbase built during some long-forgotten war. Riva is a settlement now, but it isn't a nice one, and that's why you're so keen to leave. It's humid, smells a bit, and like your dad, it doesn't really work. But then, it was only meant to be a forward base during a war, not a permanent home to millions of life forms. The lot of you have decided to pool your resources and buy a ship, which would be great if you had any resources. That is why you've all taken the lift to Rustport, Riva's worst neighborhood, to talk to Octoff, the owner of the Triton Hotel. A hotel no one actually sleeps in, if they want to wake up with all of their internal organs, that is. Octoff is a loan shark, who weirdly isn't a shark at all. You want to borrow some money from him, buy a ship, then pay it off right away by being successful spacers. Should be easy. After all, one of you has a cousin who's a spacer and she's an idiot.
Okay, now it says we're going to place a required token on action 1 and a locked token on action 6, and then we're going to play around. So let's go to how that works. So this part is pretty much identical to the old games, but let me still kind of talk it through. So 6 is locked. Nobody can go there. At least one of us has to go here, and these icons indicate how many people can go. So this action, or each of these, is only available to a single person. These, any number of us can go to. And these give you a general idea of what the action entails. So this one has something to do with sidekicks and can earn you profit. This one has something to do with cargo and can also earn you profit. This one is best if you have blue and yellow. This one is best if you have blue and red. Bugs has blue and red, so let's send him to the Torbat's Nest. I guess I'll go visit Octoff, the crime boss in the area. Seems like I'd be good at that. And then Tress is good at yellow and purple. Yellow being the eyeball one, so she could shop. Why don't you go to the Enforcement Bureau? Let's see what happens with that. Now, once you've picked what you're each doing, you resolve them from top to bottom. And over here on the right, they tell you exactly what's going to happen, but you're not really supposed to look at that while you're picking your actions. They want you to use the icons and kind of ignore this stuff. So first, we're going to visit Octoff and go to entry 133.
Octoff has his tentacle in just about every major game in town, but he wields his influence from the lounge of the Triton Hotel. You see him at his booth in the back, a lackey whispering into his ear holes. You try to approach, but a sharp-dressed tower of muscle bars your way, thick arms crossing his chest. On his lapel is a gold name tag with Manny printed on it.
Move along, scum.
All right, well, since I got a gun that gives me fighting and swagger bonuses, and my best stat is red, which is like strength, I'm going to try to intimidate this guy.
You straighten up and try to look tough.
So this says I get a perk token and then I make a swagger check looking for red and blue. On a 0 to 4, I'll have one result, and a 5 plus I have another. Let's see what this actually looks like in play. So the perk token is just something you can hold on to, and after any test, so after you see what the result is, you can spend these for +1 to the result. But also other characters can take stress, add these little stress cards to their discard pile to let you roll this die, which will tend to add 1 to your test results, or 2 if you're lucky, or nothing if you're unlucky. And each of the other characters can do that in the solo game, although all of the stress cards are going into your discard pile because they don't have their own deck, so you don't necessarily want to stress a ton. But here it said red and blue, so I'm going to flip 3 cards, and I'm going to see what I got. So let's kind of put them over here for now. So I'm looking for red and blue, so I only got 2 to start. That's not great. But this card, some cards will have play effects. This one says play. I get to draw an extra card, and my rep goes up by +1. That just means I get to fill in the leftmost circle here. And whenever I would get this, I get to circle this and then gain the bonus over there. And the farther down you go on this, the better kind of endings you have at the end of each session. But I get to draw another card. If it had a play effect, I would also resolve it. Ooh, this is great. Okay, so we're going to be totally fine. Let me show you why. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, because again, the test was red and blue. I get 1 more for my item, so a 5. So every single item you have equipped provides its icons there. And then remember, this was a swagger test. So I've got +1 to communicate, +1 to fight, and +2 to swagger. So I'm all the way up to that 7 out of 5 plus needed. So let's go ahead and resolve the 5 effect. And all the cards I drew go to my discard pile until I've gone through my entire deck or until my allies have.
You give your best haughty expression and poke a digit into the guard's rock-hard chest.
Listen to me, you glorified bouncer. I'll have you know I'm Ligurian royalty, and I have come to present your boss with a once-in-a-lifetime financial opportunity. Now I'll be damned if I'm going to stand here further and suffer any more of this churlish disrespect.
Which family?
Come again?
You're Ligurian royalty. Which family?
Oh, that really good one.
Manny growls angrily, though you see he's unable to hold back a smirk.
And it says I get an inspired card. So this goes straight into my discard pile. It is going to give me a +1 on any test that it's drawn for, and you get to draw a replacement card. Pretty ridiculous. And then it says when discarding this card, place it into the discard pile of the player on your right. So after I get inspired once, I'll inspire somebody else later. Now for solo, it just keeps on going back into my discard pile. But at the end of sessions, they'll generally have you take away status effects, so it's not like I get some awesome bonus for the entire rest of the game. All right, I'm back to the story.
Octoff leers at you from his back booth, water sloshing over the sides of his glass tank. He waves a pink tentacle at you.
Manny, bring that little freshie over here.
The large guard complies, and Octoff looks you over.
Speak up, kid.
You stand up and try your best at looking like a trustworthy business partner.
My friends and I hoped you'd lend us money to buy a ship.
Octoff gives a gentle smile and looks over at the woman sharing his booth.
Just sign your name and the Zephyr, a sweet little ship I have, is yours. Bay 17. It's an oldie but goodie. A few installments will square us, which shouldn't be too hard for an enterprising thing like yourself. Heck, I've got a job for you that will help right away.
You feel uneasy, but you'll be damned if you're going to spend the rest of your life on Riva Station.
All right, so we got several things here. We're going to gain the nickname Freshie. Nicknames have no mechanical effect, whereas catchphrases do give you a bonus if you actually say them during a skill test. And we got, another card 20. This time I might give it to one of my apprentices. All right, so I get Freshie right there and a Vi Blade. So it would give me blue. In a fight check, it would give me +1. After lowering an enemy's dial to 1 or 2 as the result of a fight skill check, lower that dial to 0. So if we're actually in a battle, I'll just finish him off. Should I keep this and really go hard into the blue stats? Should I maybe give it to Bug and have them get a bit better? Because I'm already pretty dang good at fights. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give this to Bug. I'm going to try to, have them be focused on certain colors. So, if I get anything that's yellow or purple, I'll give it to Tress. And I'll try to just be good at everything, I guess. All right, I guess I'll choose. We won't let you down, sir. All right, it says we have a ship, we have a job, so we're going to be able to go out in just a second. We now lock action 1, and I get to move straight to action 6. I'm actually going to resolve a second action in a moment, and we get the crap job, 71. Yay! Here's what job cards look like. They have sort of the summary of all the steps over here, but all we care about right now is step 1. It says Octoff has sent us to the Scion Nebula for something he calls the crap job. So we got to travel to the Scion Nebula. Let's see what that's all about. So I have Tress controlling the navigation area, so this becomes one of our up to 3 active jobs. If we had more than 3, we'd have to put some of them in the waiting area. We're going to take the matching red token and put it on the first target we're going to, so the Scion Nebula. So we're over here in Riva Station. There it is. Okay, so we got to travel 1, 2, 3 to get there. All right. All right, so that's the end of our first thing. So now Tress is going to the Enforcement Bureau. And we've got one option. We can get another job. We can post bail by taking away 1 supply. To gain a card 50. That's another sidekick to help us out. Or we can, hunt bounties. That sounds exciting. Let's do that. And here, we'll do this one fully narrated, and then I'll go into kind of summarizing what we're doing in here.
You don't need to be a registered bounty hunter to take out the local trash, though it can net you a better reward. You spot a graffiti-covered bulkhead where the faces of wanted criminals are shown on a holofeed. Marveling at the motley faces of the fugitives, you decide to choose one and see if you can track them down.
All right, it seems like Tress would probably have the easiest time with the nimble thugs, and she's got sneakiness and agility.
Shula Q is a known bruiser, the kind that does dirty work for local gangs. She's dangerous, quick on her feet, and has a reputation for frequenting the local flop stops.
All right, so Tress is getting a perk token. Your apprentices have their own perk token pool, and they can only hold up to 5. We're doing a hunt check. She doesn't have any bonus to that with yellow and blue. She's got an automatic yellow. The blue, we'll just see how it goes. All right, so here we go. We're looking for yellow and blue. That's not great. So what we've got? 1, 2, 3. She could raise it up to 4, but that's not enough. So let's go ahead and have one of us, Bugs, stress. So we take a stress card and add it to the main discard pile. Now notice that stress cards aren't necessarily bad. They give you a +1 to any skill check, but it says if you have 2 or more stress cards in the skill check, none of their icons count, but then they all go away and you get an injury card. So if you get like a ton of stress, it'll eventually clear itself out, but you won't get any bonuses and you'll probably fail that skill check. Okay, that was our first stress. We could do one more. We're going to roll the die. If I get this to +1, I should be able to finish things off with the perk token. There we go. So that's 1, 2, 3, right? Because it was yellow and blue. +1, 4, plus that 5. Got him.
You stalk the seedier streets, asking around, and eventually get tipped off to the flop stop Shula Q is holed up in. But when you approach the building, you spy your quarry exiting the front door. You both freeze as you make eye contact. Then Shula Q suddenly breaks and runs for it.
All right, well, this one doesn't seem like it's going to go very well. Because she doesn't have agility, she doesn't have red or blue. Man, my other characters would have been much better at this. Yeah, look, Bugs would have had +3 here instead of +0. Well, so it goes. So red and blue. That's only 2. Yeah, I'm not even going to take stress. There's no point. We're definitely not going to succeed.
You chase Shula Q through the pipes and bulkheads of the station, gradually gaining on her as she starts to tire. Then you see a collapsed walkway ahead of you and you know you have her. So you're shocked when she jumps without even slowing, skips across the top of a passing cab, and lands on a catwalk safely on the other side. Your attempt to follow is not as successful. Luckily, 27 passing vehicles slow your fall before you land in the dumpster far below. But the dumpster is infested with feral snats, and they have rabies.
Well, that was terrible. Yay, we get an injury card. Boo. Maybe I shouldn't have put the sneakier person in the thing. So here's injured. When you draw this, you gain 1 reputation, so that's at least still good. And apprentices, when they gain reputation, they don't actually have a reputation track, so they just get one of those tokens instead. And then when you would discard this card, if you want to, you can keep it in your deck, or you can discard it to fill in the topmost scar on your character sheet. You see the first one will give Lance a permanent +red to all of his skill checks, but then he'll start getting automatic stress at the start of each game, and eventually he'll die at the end of whatever session we're playing in, or I guess not die, force retirement, and then we would have to start a new character. Oh, well, that one kind of sucked. But hey, now let's see how Bugs does in the Torbat's Nest. So it says, intimidate a barkeep. Make a swagger. Well, dang it, my guy would have been better at this too. Make a swagger skill check, but with blue and red. So he's got a 3 to start, and he's going to enter a different entry based on how high the skill check goes. So 2 blue, 1 red. So again, 3 to start. He got the inspire. Oh, nothing else. Great. So he got the inspire, which is going to be 4, and we draw another card. There we go. That's 6. So if he gets 1 more, he'll get the best result. All right, sure, what the hey, we'll go for another stress. Maybe a terrible idea. Oh, okay, we got even more than we needed. So we're going into 142. All right, so I'll summarize now. Basically, I get into a card game with the bartender, and I beat him soundly. Oh, man, and I would have gained a catchphrase, but unfortunately, apprentices can't get catchphrases, so I get nothing for that. But I do get to improve myself. So whenever you get to improve, you pick one of the available offer cards and then replace it. So let's see what we've got. This one would let me get +1 supply, which you're going to see very soon is used for doing a ton of stuff on your ship. That's not too bad. And then you get to draw a replacement card. Ooh, and this one gives +1 power, which is used for moving your ship mainly. That's also very good. This one will give me 2 more red, which I'm already really kind of good at. That's my strongest thing in my deck, and I'd rather branch out a little bit since this is just the only deck in the game. But it would let me gain a science project right when I acquired it. Or I could get this one that is everything except purple. That sounds pretty good. But to get it, I would have to banish a skilled card from my draw pile or discard. You know what? Yeah, I mean, I want to diversify my skill set a little bit more. This one's really nice. And I'm going to throw away this card. This is the only one in my deck that has like a single icon and nothing else going on. I think that will help out. And we draw another card for next time. All right, now finally we get to prep the ship, resolve a ship service option. I'll show you what that means in a second. And then we go to 143. And then whenever you end a round, whenever you've resolved all of the actions, you'll go whatever the round end marker is. So here, 144. So you have a separate little ship board here. This is for paying off your debt, which is kind of like the main goal as you go. You can mark ship upgrades, database, people who hate you over here. And here's our ship service options. So on the logistics board, you've got the supplies token. It starts in the middle here with 4. As you spend them, it'll go left. As you gain more, it'll go right. But your cargo also goes in here. So if you have a bunch of cargo, you can't actually gain enough supplies because the cargo is taking up the room. So I can spend it to do some different things. So repair says supplies minus X, remove X damage tokens from among any ship stations. We don't have any damage yet. Reload, retrieve an unarmed torpedo card from the card catalog. That'd be pretty nice. Hold upgrade for minus 2 supplies. We can gain the ship smuggling hold upgrade, which means this would turn up here and now we can get some illegal cargo going on. We can get a different upgrade for minus 3 supplies or a weapon upgrade for minus 3. Here's all our things. My son and I got reinforced hull last time. But I think this time I'm going to get advanced shields. This is a really nice one that puts a permanent positive token into this bag we're going to draw from whenever we travel. Well, that is going to take almost all of our supplies. So yeah, this bag is drawn from when you travel. You'll see that in a second. But the advanced shield token goes in there. And now every time we draw, if we get to the advanced shields, nothing happens. We just put it right back in the bag. So it's kind of like a just little slight nudging of the odds of us getting a positive result there. Because normally pretty much everything in the bag is terrible. All right, now I'm going to 143. All right, and then an elderly guy named Wink Salami Buster comes over and offers me a job to escort a shipping barge. So that's another job for navigation. And we're going to have to go to any anomaly of our choice. Anomalies being question marks. So let's see. We're going to the Scion Nebula. It's an anomaly over. Oh, what's the next place? We're going from the Scion Nebula to Gasmora, which I'm guessing is maybe in the nebula. And then we're supposed to go to the Seabree 4 station, which is probably also in the nebula because a lot of these places will have their own location. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We're supposed to go to an outpost after going to the question marks. Yeah, these seem like pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to put it there. And the app reminds me that the main thing we're trying to do is get 7 profit before we build up 7 threat. That's how we kind of finish this leg of our journey. It's a 4-session campaign each time you play. So this one, if we finish it, should get us 3 out of 7 profits. Oh, and then I'm on the ship and I meet some of my crew. I meet the ship's AI. I meet this crazy medical robot. And then as I'm leaving, my cook apparently stole some stuff from gangsters, so now they're angry at me. And it says I got to pick somebody to pilot us out of the hangar. So definitely going to do bugs for that. It says that he gets one of those tokens. This is a blue-yellow check, so we've got +2, 3 if we need it, and he's got an automatic +1 to yellow. That's why I picked him. Or sorry, not plus to yellow, plus to piloting. All right, so blue, yellow. Okay, we got a stress, but only 1, so that's +1, and nothing else. What the heck? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll spend his token instead of taking another stress and make it 5. Oh, and it says Bugs gets reputation. Unfortunately, this means he gets that, but still, it's something. And we get to close the location book and travel on the map. So let's talk through how that works. So each time you travel, you're only going to go a single space. We're going to have to travel 3 times to get to the Scion Nebula. And traveling is not free. We have to spend 3 power. We only start with 6, so we can only travel twice before we'll have to find some way to get more power. Now, you'll see when it lets us work the ship that it's pretty easy to get more power, but it's also going to add more threat possibilities to the bag. It all kind of goes together. But we travel up here. And then in the website, we're going to click where we are. For specific locations, we'll click a number. Here, we're just clicking a generic deep space thing. It'll ask us if there's a waypoint. We say no. And then it'll ask what the current condition of the galaxy is. It starts at unease right in the middle, but things you do can potentially push that either way towards peace or war. All right, this one is nice. It says we all gain 1 perk token, and then we can gain 1 risk to work the ship. And we're going to do that, but let me talk you through what all that means. So each of the stations on the ship has a work option, and whenever you get to work the ship, you get to work every single station you're in charge of. So each of us is going to get to do 2 work actions here. But first, it said we had to take a threat token to do that, so we add that into the bag. When that's drawn, that's going to increase this threat dial by 1, and if that gets to 7 before you've gained 7 profit, that's one of the ways you can lose. You can also lose from your life support running out or your hull getting destroyed. But it's a one-time thing, and then the token is removed. So I'm giving myself eventually the chance to get 1 threat, but you'll see you need to work the ship to get power and such. So let's just go through. So Lance can, for work the ship in operations, can spend a supply to resolve a work the ship action on another ship station. No. Can scan for 2 power. It's an add-on all clear token to the draw bag. That's another like one we can draw for free one time. No. Or make a repair. I'm not going to do any of those because I'm very low on supplies and I don't want to spend more power. But for logistics, I can gain a supply. I can make a repair check. Again, we don't have anything damaged. Or I can reroute power to get +2 power. I'm going to do the +2 power one. That brings us to 5, and we'll get more in a second. Because now Bugs gets to do security and engineering. Okay, so I could add a temporary shield. It's a one-time use nice token to draw by raising shields. For supply, I could arm a torpedo if I had one. I don't, or I can repair. So we're just going to skip security. And then the big one, work the ship, gain power. Let's go up to 9 power, enough to travel 3 times. You got to do that one up pretty often. Okay, then finally, Tress in navigation and science. So let's do navigation first. So we could either get a job that was kind of saved from the Zephyr. That's if we had gotten too many jobs to hold, 4 or more. Or we could gain a random job card. Or we could plot a course. It flips this token and it lets us redraw from the bag if we draw something we don't like. Or we can repair. I think I'm going to get another job. It's good to have 3 so we can have as many options to get profit as possible. And what do we get? Mine Chorus. Chorus is in high demand. It can be found. Oh, and the asteroids of the Silent Nebula. Yay! That worked out perfectly. Although, yeah, I'm not sure. This might be too similar to the other one and actually might not work. But either way, we definitely want to go to the Silent Nebula even more. Okay, now science. We could raise life support, which started out the highest, but there's another auto loss condition. We could lose a supply to advance a science project. But we need to have a science project to do that. Or the one that I am going to do, she can make a technical skill. Now, she doesn't have tech, but she does have yellow and purple. So she's got +2 to this. And if she gets a 5+, she can get rid of a status card from any player's discard pile. So like the one stress card that's in there, or maybe our injury or whatever. So let's go for it. So she's got 1 yellow and 1 purple to start, already at 2. And okay. So she got another yellow, so that's 3. The stress gives her 4. And I guess she'll spend her token to get to 5. And then she'll ditch one of these stress cards. The injury is not in the discard pile yet, but that way we won't have the chance of drawing double stress and getting another injury. All right, so that was working the ship. Now we're going to travel again, so we're bringing our power down to 6 and going into Arjun's belt. All right, it says that there are pirates coming for us. And what the hey, we're going to attack them. Let's show you what combat looks like. So if this is a combat encounter, we'll get to like all this stuff and how you attack and such. We've got asteroid piloting as a required check. And it says we've got 2 targets, A and B, large targets on sectors 2 and 6. And it says to set dials A and B to 2 plus the number of players. Now, does that mean that they would be at 5? Do my apprentices count as players? Yes, okay. The rulebook does confirm that they do. Yeah, I thought that would be a little too easy since they're still taking action. So they've each got 5 life. All right, so let's see what our actions are. So we've got to do asteroid piloting. That sounds like probably Bugs will be best, right? Because he's already got good piloting, although he's also got a weapon. We could use the comms to talk to them. We could target lock, which turns them to their red side and makes it a little bit easier to hurt them. We could fire the ship's weapons. We could mine an asteroid. That seems a little bit dangerous in this current situation. Or we could take a work the ship action. All right, so I'll have Bugs do the required piloting one. What if I have... Lance has more tokens. What if I have him try to get the target lock to make maybe Tress firing the weapons a little bit more successful? All right, so here we go. Asteroid piloting. Add an asteroid token to Sector 1. So these are asteroid tokens. You can mine them and flip them to find a type of cargo on the back. Okay, and then Bugs gets another perk token, so he's got 3. He can kind of do whatever he wants. And he's going to do a pilot skill check. And yeah, I mean, he's just awesome at it. He's got +1 automatically. And then it's, oh, sorry, I thought it was red and blue, but it's red and yellow, eyeballs. So he's only got +2 to start. And we want red and yellow. There's 1, 2, 3. That's not bad. Now he can't get the rep, which is unfortunate because we're losing a rep we could have gained. But yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3. 4 from piloting. And if we do 0 to 5, then a negative... Oh, I got to draw again, don't I? Ooh, nope, that didn't help at all. So yeah, we've got 3, 4. If we do 0 to 5, a negative effect will happen. If we do 6 to 7, we can move some of the targets. If we do an 8, we can move them a bunch and also improve. But gosh, 8, we're required to use all of these. We don't have to worry about improving right now. Let's just do 2. Well, actually, never mind. I want to improve. Let's make the deck better. So it says place each token on a sector of your choice and improve +1. All right, so I still don't want that, although it would let me get a science project. Getting more supplies, getting more power. I feel like supply... Oh, and this one just doubles up a skill card you already drew. That is pretty nice. In fact, that's probably the best one in terms of actually making my deck better. But this one would get us a ton of supplies. I'm going to take this one this time. Okay, now we can place each sector in a location of my choice. Well, my strongest gun is in the front, as you can imagine. So let's put both people in the front, and then you can mine asteroids with your magna beam, I think, from the back. So I can put that there. All right, good job, bugs. Okay, now I'm going to try to get a car target lock. If all enemy blips are red, move to action 4. So we would just fire anyway. Otherwise, gain a perk token and make a plan skill check, blue and purple. Okay, so plan, I don't have any bonus. Blue and purple, I have +1 from my gun. And that wasn't great. Oh, there's jeez. Okay, this is unfortunate. It's what I'd actually get here. 1, 2. That's it. I need to get to 6, 7 for it to even matter. So I'll get the rep. That's at least getting me somewhere. And then I'm going to take a stress to roll the die and hopefully add 1 or even 2. Oh, nice. Okay, so what do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I spend 2 of these, I'll get to 6, and I can put a target lock on one of them. And then I am going to return this to get my first scar, because this one just literally makes me better. The other ones are actually negative. You know, it's kind of cool to be a Han Solo-ish type person with a scar, right? All right, so I get to flip 1 blip to its red side. Let's do A, and I get a perk token. All right, and Tress, the only one with no tokens, I feel like this is not going to go well. She's going to fire the ship weapon. So it says we need eyeballs and stars, yellow and blue. But she has to pick which weapon to use. And the only one that fits for where they are right in front of us is the forward cannon. And you'll see that you get a different bonus to the skill test. Forward cannon always gives you at least +1. But because the guy I'm targeting, A, is flipped to their red side, we've got +2 to the test. So that gives Tress a starting 3, and again, she wants yellow and blue. Inspired, that's great. Oh, that's fine, as long as you don't get another one. That's not helping at all. And we get another draw from the inspired. Okay, so what do we end up with? Yellow and blue. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, which is enough to lower their Dow by 4. They're almost dead already. So I don't think I need to try to stress out myself like twice maybe to get it to 8 and actually remove them entirely. All right, so A is down to 1. Haha. And now we go to 363. And here, in case the thing can't find it, our enemy blip's still in play. The Scourger's still in the fight. How about us? We can continue fighting. We almost killed one of them. Okay, one at a time for each large blip still in play. Draw 2 tokens from the bag. Oh my gosh. That's great. Oh, and you apply their effects to the player controls the station matching that blip sector number. Oh, crud. I forgot about this. So I'm going to have everybody shooting at me in operations. Yay. All right, so we are getting 4. Oh my God. -2 hull, -2 life support, and oh, geez, +1 threat, and that's not even the one that like goes away. Maybe we should have run away. Yeah, and Hull took the worst of that because it's down already to 3 out of 5. And then Sector 4 takes a hit from the asteroid, and that's just a damage. And 4 is engineering. Boom. Okay, and then it says everything moves 3 clockwise. Okay, none of this was great, was it? Okay, it says that this is removed, so we don't have to pilot again. Although if we don't, we can't shoot anybody. Yeah, this might just be the end for Mike here. I think I might die. All right, everybody, there was actually a big break several days before I got back to the encounter I was in the middle of. And I've been thinking about this. The solo mode has been rubbing me the wrong way, in a very specific way. I don't think that the balance is right to have all of your apprentices using the same deck as you, because these decks are heavily weighted towards certain colors and like really terrible at other colors, which means that not just me, but every character I have, in the case of the human, is like really bad at, I think their 2 bad colors are yellow and purple. I just like have basically none of those in my deck. And I don't think it's interesting that I should have to build my deck to like kind of cater to every color and be a jack of all trades, master of none. So what I'm doing, a little Mike variant, throwing it in the middle here, is I've taken decks that match other colors. So now the Bugs guy's using a deck that's a little bit heavier weighted towards blue and I think purple, and Tress is taking a deck that's more heavily weighted towards yellow and purple. And they, I'm still going to give them their bonuses. I'm still going to have everything else work the same way. The other thing I think this is good for is that right now, every stress I take goes into my deck. And remember, when you draw 2 stresses, you get an injury. Now, if an apprentice is the one who gets the injury, instead of actually putting the injury in your deck, you can just slot it underneath the apprentice, and it doesn't have any negative effect, except that it takes an injury out of the deck, because if you get too many injuries, you automatically increase threat a whole bunch. But still, it just seems dumb to have like a billion stresses from supporting each other in one deck, getting you way more injuries than you would otherwise. So I think having things be across multiple decks will make the balance better for solo overall. And it's like a really simple fix, you know? It's not like I have to actually deal with 3 different hands of cards. I'm just flipping cards from different decks, and everything else already takes a lot of room with the stations and stuff. So I think this is a good idea. I think the way that Plaid Hat did the solo mode originally is heavily flawed. So this is how I'm going to play from now on. Take it or leave it. But let's get into the round. So I'm really worried about dying. Because things aren't going great. So the best people at shooting the guns are now very much Tress and Bugs. Well, I guess me a little bit because I have the +1 blue for my gun, but Tress and Bugs are definitely going to be better with their decks with those. So I think, even though it's not necessarily my strength, well, actually, I guess asteroid piloting does use red, which is my best thing, so never mind. Yeah, so I'm going to have me pilot this time, and then I'm going to have both Bugs and Tress try to kill the guys, because basically anything will finish off this guy. He only has 1 life left, but the other one has 5, so we'd have to get all the way up to an 8+ to kill them straight up, and of course, to even be able to shoot them at all, I need to pilot well enough to get them into... I guess the best result would get them in front again to use the better gun, but probably they'll just be here. Well, we'll see how it goes. So we're doing asteroid piloting again, so we get that. I get a 3rd perk. I mean, I got 3 perks. I feel like I should be able to fly pretty well. And now I make a piloting check with eyeball in hand. All right, come on, show me them hands. Okay, so that's 2. I drew my new card that lets me draw another one and get +1 supply. That's cool. Okay, so that's 3. Yeah, I don't have any bonuses to piloting or anything. And yikes, I need to get to 6 to be able to move them at least 2. So let's go ahead and just spend all 3 of these, I guess, and save the stress for later. Okay, so that's going to let me do some movement. Yeah, I can move all tokens 1 or 2 sectors in a single direction, basically rotating. So here, we'll just do like that. Okay. All right, and then I think the better person is Bug. Oh, yeah, look, he's got +1 targeting and +2 automatic blue. So he's got a +3. So we'll have Bugs go for the shot against the fully healthy person and have Tress go for the easier shot. So let's have Tress go first. She just needs to get... Yeah, I mean, it's 0 to 5, so anything's going to do it. Let's see. Oh, that was actually a really good draw. So she got 3, and that's fine. So she'll just lower them by 2. Oh, sorry, I didn't show. This is using the port cannon now with a red. Actually, so she got 4. She got +1, but that guy is dead. Now, this one we're not going to get a bonus because they are not target locked. All right, so here we go. And ooh, this is good. Oh, this is very good. Okay, so wait, we got to draw one more. Ooh, what? So we got +1 rep, which for them just means they get +1 token. Well, that's another thing. When you have, like, normally when you're playing with your own individual deck, you are consistently getting rep once every time you go through your deck from drawing this card. But as a solo player, you are gaining rep less often because your apprentices might draw this card. Although I guess you are going through your deck 3 times as fast, so it's kind of swingy whether you're getting reputation faster or slower. But anyway, this is a great draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my God. Is that really it? 6, 7, 8 with his targeting bonus. Heck yeah. Which means he blows the guy up and gets +1 rep right away. Yeah, Bugs is definitely the best of us. All right, so we go to the end of the round. Are there any blips in play? No. Okay, here we go. So we all gain a rep. That's nice. When we get +3 supplies, I guess, from robbing them. Oh man, we get even more. This is actually great, although we took a lot of damage. So it says we get to upgrade an undamaged level 1 ship weapon for free. Should I make my good weapon even better? Yeah, that seems like not a terrible idea. So when you upgrade these, they tell you to replace it with a new card, 61. Which is, not massively better, just does an extra +1 only when it's on a target lock, though. Guess I should have upgraded the other ones. Maybe they would have gotten +1 against green. Then we get an arms cargo token, which goes on the rightmost space. And again, that means that we cannot get more supplies than that. Like we couldn't go into the 8 spot now. And we got a pirate signal special device. The game will instruct when and how this card is used. That's cool. All right, now we could choose to work the ship, so I could repair engineering. Who actually, the app just told me this is super awesome. So we're in Arjune's Belt right now. It says if we have a pirate signal, then when we move, we can move to another Arjune's Belt. So it gives us kind of like slightly fast travel. I mean, at least going from there to there would get us way closer to yellow, but I want to go to the Scion Nebula, right? See, I'm not going to rogue the ship. We've got enough power for now. We'll do it later. And I know we got engineering damaged. All right, so I'm going to spend 3 power. I've got 3 left, and let's go ahead and go to the Scion Nebula, where all my dreams are waiting. And it says to enter 326. Okay, and it says I'm going to draw a token, and then I'm going to enter the actual nebula. And another hull. Oh, God, my hull is down to 2. I definitely need to fix that next time I work the ship. Okay, and it says I can enter the nebula or just travel past it, because it's going to go to a different mini-map. All right, so here we go. There is a waypoint ring. Select the active job associated with the waypoint ring. Well, I have more than one, don't I? Well, I clicked the crap job. And here we go. We're in the Scion Nebula. And it says the crap job goes to Gazmora. And then they say just put other ones wherever they go. Oh, it says Scion Field. Oh, okay, so that's actually closer. Interesting. And then Octoff calls in, seeing how we're doing, trying to get poop for him, I guess. I am going to take one risk to work the ship now, because we're kind of messed up. I want to get as much power as I can, but also fix the hull. Maybe do some life support stuff, too. Ooh. I got a lot of supplies. I'm actually going to spend a supply to use operations ability to resolve a work the ship action on another ship station and do the engineering one that gets us +4 power. So that'll get us to 7. Because for engineering, I want to do the patch hull. Oh, God, supplies -5 for hull. Oh, my gosh. Why is it so expensive? All right, forget it. We're not fixing the hull right now. We'll get 4 more power, though. And then I'll have to have somebody else repair the engineering bay. Well, let's see. Security. I could get a shield, but now I'm just going to try to make a repair check. So this is bugs. Oh, it's brains and eyes, which are 2 of his not so good things. But he's got a billion token. Oh, there we go. Bray. I forgot. Now that it's a different deck, they're actually good at other things. So that's 3. So I'll spend 2 of their 3 tokens to remove this. This goes back in the bag, but like damage tokens are less bad compared to other tokens, so you want to get it back in the bag so you're not drawing the worst stuff. Okay, so that was security and engineering. What's logistics got? That is +1 supply, repair, or even 2 more power. That's actually more power than we need. Let's see what science looks like first. Ah, there we go. Raise life support. Power -3, life support +1. So we'll do that, and then we'll use the other one to raise power by 2. So we end up at 10. And then I'm going to plot a course so that we can flip this to put a token back in the bag if I get basically hull damage again, because good lord, I didn't know how expensive it was to fix it. And then I guess to get this party started, let's go to the Scion Field, because 1, 2, 3, it's really far to go to the Gamora Station or Gasmora cluster. Although I should check where we're going next. So after we go there, we just go right back to the station. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 total. Whereas for this one, I go to the Scion Field, and then what? Ad Ostium. Look where Ad Ostium is. I mean, I guess I could do like the Arjun's belt jump trick, and then I'd be close to that one. But yeah, never mind. I'm going to do the crap job. So I'm spending 3 power. We're down to 7 and go into Spectre's Veil. Oh, and we don't put in the symbol. It's entry 329. Let's assess this if there's a waypoint here. Token. Oh, and then I forgot we have extra work the ship options. Yeah, so let's see. We could work the ship below instead of choosing a station from our ship. What is it? Study the nebula, purge gas mites, or reroute coolant. Oh, look at this. A Scion Ron. The Galactic Archives on SETI Infinus will pay for updated charting of the ever-changing Scion Nebula. Visit all locations in the Scion Nebula in a single game to gain profit +3. Oh, I mean, like... right? It seems like it would be worth it because +3 profit is almost half of what we need to beat to this first session. But yeah, I was talking about the extra work the station thinks. Look, it says if Action 2 is not locked, I lose 1 life support. And if Action 2 was locked, I would have removed the lock token from it. So I guess the gas mites are messing with my life support. And then if I share a location with a gray waypoint ring, a storm, I get threat and life support, but luckily no. Yeah, life support's doing way better than hull, but I forgot I have to draw a token. Where's that lovely advanced shields I bought? That'd be nice. Is that freaking hull? Okay, I'm going to plot a course or use my course plotted token to redraw that. Now, unfortunately, it says return the token drawn, so I might just get it again. This feels like Arkham Horror LCG all of a sudden. Okay, that's just +1 threat and it's taken out. That's fine. Brings us to 2 threat out of 7 before an instant loss. And then we're picking up a strange signal. I'm ignoring that. I played enough FTL to know that's where like your crew dies and stuff. Oh, move the Galactic Struggle down 1 towards war. Uh-oh. So we're still in unease, but 1 more change will make it war. Oh, interesting. So you can leave the nebula anytime. But yeah, I'm going to travel on the nebula again. And I could work the ship, but now I'm just going to spend 3 power. We're down to 4 to go to the station. Theoretically, this will be nicer and safer than where we just were. All right, we get another token. Injured. What the heck, man? We gained card 11. And Tress is currently the one, so I guess I'll just put this on her. Oh, and then another one. If Action 3 is not locked, Then I have to draw an additional token from the bag? Oh, this game is punished. Hey, there we go. So that just goes right back in the bag and nothing bad happens. Yay. All right, it says we could dock here or travel. Maybe I should dock and try to... I got like some cargo I could sell, right? And some supplies. Maybe fix my ship for cheaper. Let's try it. Okay, so it says in turn order, each player may resolve either a crew service option from their sheet or a ship service option from the ship log. So for me, I can get us 2 supplies or pay a supply to train or treat wounds. I mean, I don't have that many bad status things. Let's train. All right. Well, now that I'm more focused on red and blue, I can kind of let them handle the purples. So this one that just gives us +1 power and lets us draw again is pretty great. Let's get that. And then let's see. Ship services is the same option as before. What if we get the other advanced shields? I love drawing that token. Sure, I'll spend all 3 of my supplies because we're about to sell some cargo maybe to get the other advanced shield. And then, I mean, I guess I get a 3rd thing, but my apprentices don't have crew services. Again, it's a slightly weird solo mode sometimes, so we'll just stop there. But I do want to sell cargo, and we're still in unease. Ooh, I get to choose who's going to work my deal. They must make a communicate skill check. I get +1 to that with blue and yellow. Okay, blue's my 2nd best, and yellow's my worst. So I don't know if the +1 is worth it. I do get +1 to blue. So maybe I'll have Bugs do it. I feel like he's better, although my deck has more cool cards in it. Okay. So 3, 4, 5. Then it says we get +1 for each cargo token being sold. Oh, and +1 if it's an arms token, so that's +2. So we're at 7 right now, which is the worst result. I feel like we probably want to get to at least 9. So let's have stress take a stress to let us add. Okay, so 7, 8. And then I'll just spend a token to get to 9. All right, negotiate a deal that feels fair. What the? Oh, we get 2 profit? What? Oh, I didn't realize it was going to be that good. Man, all right, awesome. All right, now we can travel. Let's do that. All right, so we are down to 1 power. We'll have to work the ship in a second, but first, let's go to our quest in the Gasmora cluster, the poop cluster, apparently. Gas and crap, right, for the job. All right, we got to resolve a token. Oh, just straight up damage. Okay. All right, and Tress is currently the first player. It doesn't really matter unless damage is called for by the apps. We'll just say navigation is damage. Okay, and then we can enter Gasmora. Here we go. And there is a waypoint. And it is the crap job. Wow, there's 2 jobs for just this 1 spot. Oh, so we are going back to the main map, the Scion Nebula. So I guess my plan of getting everything else here is not going to happen. And we're in Gasmora. So our guy said he wants us to shoot these other pirate people that are in the area and collect the poop from these giant space whale dudes. Great. And for now, scanning the area is required and firing our ship weapons is not allowed. We've got a hydrantha, one of the things we're trying to get the poop from, on Sector 5. And yeah, we got to do something. Let's see what our options are. So we can scan the area. We have to do that. Yellow and purple, that seems like that's 100% going to be Tress. We can study the hydrantha, which will get us potentially research and profit. We can maneuver the ship. We can gather a specimen. I mean, I think we were supposed to do that, right? And he said we're going to gather stuff with the Magna Beam, I think. So that means that we want, I guess, the guy to be behind us. Yeah, so I don't know. I think I'm going to study the hydrantha, gather specimens. Now, who do I want to do which? I'll have him gather specimens and me study the hydrantha. We'll see what happens. Okay, so she's scanning the area. Says, let's find some poop to scoop. She gets a perk token, and she's doing a hunt skill check, purple and yellow. She's got +2 automatically. Oh, that seems good. +4, +6, +7. See, this is what happens when you actually have decks that are specifically good at certain colors. Yeah, 7 is stupidly above what we needed. Oh, we spot a big chunk of poop. Oh, she got a catchphrase for buy now, but I can't use it. For a real person, when you get a catchphrase, you can say it when you're in a certain kind of test, aim for my human guy, and get a bonus when that happens. Buy now. Okay. Place an asteroid token on a sector matching the number of a station you control, then place another on an adjacent sector and remove the required token. I guess the asteroids are the poop, probably. All right, so she has stations 2 and 5, and I'm guessing again that we got to suck those up with the Magna Beam, so we'll put them there. Okay, now I'm going to study the hydrantha. I'm making a technical skill check. Blue and purple. Why didn't you tell me any of that? Whatever. Blue and purple. That doesn't sound good. I guess I get +1 blue for my gun. We're probably going to need some stress help here. Blue and purple. Great. Well, at least this lets me draw one and get a rep. Ooh, I get a bonus. I can gain 2 supplies for us or level up. I'm actually going to get the 2 supplies because we're at 0 supplies right now. But I get to draw another card. Blue and purple. Still coming up empty. Okay, so I've got 2. 1, 2. What do I need? What do I need? A 5 to 6? I don't think that's going to happen. Except for that one piloting thing. I'm not at a single check that used red, by the way. That's all my character is good at. Yeah, I think it's too much to try to get over the hump. I don't even have any. Gosh, yeah, I don't have any tokens. Okay, we'll just do 0 to 4. All right, so we lose 2 power. We only had 1, though, so that's not too bad. We gain a Discord card, and we lock the action. Okay, well, everything went great. Everything went great. Discord is another status effect. And if you're doing a group check, which means like you all have to take the check individually, and then you add your results, then you make then you fail the check automatically. Otherwise, you just draw a replacement. But then when you discard it, it goes into another player's thing, kind of like that inspiration card. But for now, let's leave it in my pile. Oh, I did say gather specimen. Good job, me. Let's see how this works. Okay, so we're going to do 147. And we know the bugs always gets the job done. All right, so yeah, we need to have the magna beam in range of an asteroid, which we do. Oh, we need to have 2 power. Or we can use supplies or life support. I'll spend our 2 supplies I just got. Thank God for that to make up the difference. And then, oh man, it's a purple-yellow test? I'm getting annoyed. Like, why don't they just tell you what the test is? Like other things do. Like I could send the right person to the... whatever. Okay, so purple-yellow. And I'm going to try to go for that one because theoretically these will be like rotating around and that one's more in the Magna Beam's arc. Yeah, I feel like Bugs doesn't have a great chance here and he has no tokens. Purple-yellow. Okay, well he does get +1 from the rep. He's got 1 yellow and he's drawing another card. Okay, so we got 2. He can make it 3. We need like 5 or 6. Okay, so... All right, so with his token, it could become 3. So Tress will take a stress first. Okay, that gets us to 4. I'll take a stress, get us to 5. All right. My crew, kind of a mess sometimes. So with the token, we get to this mediocre result. Oh, choose up to 2 asteroid tokens in the Magna Beam's firing arc, but without revealing them, place them in the ship hold. If you obtain more than 1 asteroid token, improve. Heck yeah. So it actually did work out pretty well. And what does Bugs want? They're focusing more on blue than purple. Choose another skill card. You play into this check. This card is all the icons of that card. That's pretty good. Or just more supplies. Let me actually get the more supplies one, because clearly we need them. All right, now we go to the end of the round. And action 4 is locked. They're asking, so they're probably going to now have ships show up and kill us. Yep, the 4X are attacking. Oh, and Jesus. So we're getting hit twice by the big whale thing. And then we're getting 2 smaller ships that each have 4 life. And the whale's going down by 3. I guess that's like the time before he runs away. And we can shoot now. God, this is terrible. So here's where everybody ended up. I got one of the pirates right in our like front firing solution. And I got damage and what's this? Another injured, which will go on Tress still. Is she still the first player? I guess she is. That means now the science station is damaged. Oh my gosh. All right, so should we try to like murder the dude? Should we try to scan and gather again? Like, I don't know how much poop we need. We've got 2 already. That seems pretty decent. So yeah, what if I maneuver and we both attack and we just kind of focus on killing the pirates and not worry about poop for a second? All right, so I maneuver. I get a perk token. I'm doing another red-blue. This is the best thing I have. What I get? Ooh, that's already good. I get another draw and another rep. Oh, and 1 stress. 1 stress we don't mind. So what do I have total? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 with my gun. So I spend the 1, I'll be at 6, which lets me get another rep. 2 out of 5 towards the next rank. And then I move all tokens 1 or 2 sectors in a single direction. Well, I guess that's it. Now, does it all move all tokens 1 or 2 sectors in a single direction? So I think I pick 1 or 2 and move them all. Okay, so we'll do it like that. So at least they're both targetable. All right, and then let's just go. So Tress has more bonus tokens. I feel like, but she also gets fewer bonuses. So she'll attack B. What's she looking for? Eyeballs and blues. That's not great. That's only 2. And yeah, both the port gun and the starboard gun are going to get no bonus because they're green. She needs to get the 6 to deal enough damage. Oh, well, let's not forget she has +1 yellow there. So she's got 3. And she can spend both her tokens to get to 5. And then I'll have Bugs take a stress because I don't think he's really stressed yet. There we go. That gets a 6. And that blows him up. Oh, and she gets to improve. I guess like she's really good at purple and yellow, right? So that seems like a smart one. Oh, when you acquire it, return a status card from your discard pile to the catalog. I'm going to assume we can take one of the injured. I guess, well, is it supposed to be in our discard pile or like a scar? I know this whole solo thing's a little weird. But yeah, I'm going to say we can get rid of that. And then I know Bugs ain't going to have no problem, right? Because he's got +1 from targeting, +2 from his item and his stat. So that's +3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Doesn't even need any help. You're dead. And he gets to improve again. Draw. Choose a prompt another player has in play. This card has the chosen prompt. Oh, so like I could get my guys communicate or her sneak or fight. Or do I just want to duplicate a card? I mean, this will draw through my deck faster to get like the bonus supplies card that he got. Sure, we'll do this one. All right, that's the end of another round. We killed all the pirates. Okay, pass the first player token. Is action 4 locked? No. Our small blips B and or C and was it B and C? I think it was supposed to be B and C and not A and B, whatever. No, they're all dead. Oh, we got like a little music. Oh, man, we get +1 profit for each ship destroyed. That gets us to what? 4 out of 7. And I think the job is worth 3 by itself. And but now the 4X want us. I didn't show this for at the end of the tutorial, but yeah, there are people who like want to kill you. Although you can get a new paint job upgrade like GTA to get them off your trail. And it says, have you collected any asteroid tokens? Yes. Oh, with the stuff. Oh, cool. Okay, it looks like I might be done. Set all dials to 0. Pass the first player token. Oh, it's passing again. That was quick. Oh, and we're going right back to the Gazmora cluster on the minimap. Okay, I wasn't sure if we'd have to move back there. Okay, and then we can work the ship and then travel. So yeah, we're going to finish the mission right now, I think. All right, so working the ship. I definitely can't scan. I could try to repair navigation. If I fail, though, I'll get injured. But let's try it. What is it? Oh, God, it's like my worst skills. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Well, I'll definitely get us a supply. That one's fine. Or should I guess power? Yeah, I'm probably about to get supply. So I'll get us 2 power. And then engineering will get us 4 more power. Yeah, he's not great at repairing either. Let's go to Tress for a second. Why doesn't she repair twice? Oh, that's Med Lab to get rid of stress cards. Or no, sorry, other status cards. But yeah, she'll use that to try to repair one of the damages. How'd she do? Brain and eyeball. Yeah, she got 4, and she gets a +1 token and gets to draw again. Oh, never mind. She already has 6. Maybe giving them a deck makes them too good, but I don't know. Like, this feels like how people who are focused on stuff should do. So she gets to repair 1. But yeah, she can't do another repair action. I guess she could do a med lab. But you know what? We're just going to call it because I want to actually get to the end of the mission. So I'm just going to spend 3 power and travel. Because this video is already going a little bit long, and I also have to still edit in, like, the dialogue from the app from the first part of the video. I got to record that separately. All right, so we're back at the station where our new goal is. We got to do 2 tokens in the bag. Yeah, I probably would have done those. I forgot about that. So we get our advanced shields and a damage. That's fine. All right, so we're docking with our poop. That's how many? Oh, no. How many asteroid tokens do we have? 0 to 2 is an option, and that's what we have. Whoops. Okay, we circle E1 in the ship log database as like a little flag to check later. And we get 4 profit, 2 per asteroid. So that puts us over 8. So in a second, we're going to do our little completion stuff. Okay, no, we're not going to sell cargo. All right, and let me go ahead. How do I enter? I don't want to like travel or anything. I just want to... Oh, whoops. Oh, never mind. It was down there. Go back. Crud. No. I accidentally clicked on the wrong thing. I forgot that they had like a little tag at the bottom. There's no way to go back. All right, crud. I'll just say like I'm traveling to Arjun's belt or something. There we go. Okay. Profit is a 7. You may proceed entry 776. Are you sure? Congratulations on making 1 installment payments. It is like 1 of 4. Fill in the next installment box in the ship log. How many have you done? 1. Has the crap job been banished? Yes. Okay. And we tell Octov that we did great. And then we get to go relax. And we get to pack up the game, but we get a character ending first. So I think, let's see. So your last completed rank determines your ending. So 129 is my last completed. What would if I hadn't completed any of them? Yeah, so I guess I get 129. That night at Lil's, coming back from the bathroom, you're startled to see the legendary human bounty hunter, Ambo Dorian. The fellow looks cool as ever, resplendent in his shining armor, face mysteriously hidden away by his grim helmet. You realize you might never get a chance like this, so you slide into his booth and introduce yourself. You go on and on, telling your whole life story, and what an honor is to meet the legendary Ambo. That's when you notice Ambo's head is nodding and realize he's been asleep the whole time. He's written down something on a napkin, and feeling bold, you nick it. Back on board, you proudly brandish the napkin and show the others, but when you read the writing for the first time, you discover it's how to properly condition human hair to get the most luxurious shine. Okay, and then we pack up the game. All right, so sorry for kind of the chaotic nature of the video. This is a tough one to record, but I'm going to try to play this more co-op and I guess solo with both my variant and maybe the real rules and try to do a review sometime in the coming weeks. So thanks for watching, everybody, and a special thank you to our biggest Patreon supporters, J. William F., Nick Skeen, Pedro Lucas, Steve Wren, Miles, and Wayne Scott. We'll see you at the next stop.